Puppey is here. Gets the disruption off. A little bit of mistiming. I don't get the torrent right.
I'm not sure I like this rotation from Ame. I would have much preferred him just continuing to bully this Centaur out of lane. He has 3 levels on him.
I suppose Undyne can just do it himself, right? He keeps the decay going against Zai, he'll be fine.
And they're just lane swapping. This is very interesting. I'm not sure if we can get away with this, but it looks like Secret's gonna look to possibly seed the lane. Kunga does have a hard time against the Slark, but
it does also make sense though if Slark was to start invading into the Dire jungle. That high movement speed that he gets from the Shadow Dance just allows him to close the distance, potentially find Arc Warden if he wants to bail off the lane. Meanwhile, Charles just misses the call onto Zai. Next Nova's like it's 16 decay down to 700. I'd say he's down to 717 HP. There's still a Centaur that Charles looks for him. Just the battle hunger for the movement speed, but Zai will run it off. While up on the top lane, FY gonna get banished up. There is an easy combination here from the rest of Team Secret. FY very much isolated. They drop the tombstone underneath the tier 2 tower. Zai, he's so low, the battle hunger is not killing him off. The Absol is going to arrive. They're still underneath the tombstone. The Team Secret want to fight. Charles is way too much damage. They're tanking the tower. And with tombstone or not, it's just not working.
I just don't get this lane swap, Toby. I felt like PSG LGD, you just preserve the status quo, you're going to be great.
Yeah,
you don't have to wait for none. They will know that there's a ward up top. Ame scouted it out when he was retreating, ditching his dead Rasta, but that's all you earn out of this rotation.
Yeah, it does seem very odd to say the least. Maybe you can understand some of the concept behind it, but Team Secret's movements, as we saw in Game 1, they're almost predictive of where LGD is going to go. And yes, you've just played the same draft, or the same core hero, the Arc Warden, 2 games in a row. You understand its weakness, but they just changed the tempo. Same hero played a different way. Or played the same way, just in different positions.
You're talking about Slark invading Arc Warden jungle. You don't do that until Shadowblade, and that's how you want to play this hero. Accelerate as fast as possible. Have Aquila, Juan, Treads, Shadowblade. It's go time. That's when you start rotating and staying in enemy jungle, playing off map. But you're lowering your timing now to a point where Yapster is going to be level 6 pretty soon, if not off this rotation, but the level 10 tone, minute 10 tone. Then you die once on Slark. There's a big difference between a 13-minute Shadowblade and a 16 or 17-minute Shadowblade.
Calls out, Stampede going to be used. They're looking for the target. The easy one was releasing the FY. He's able to get both the Hex and the Shackles up, but his Yaps are a mid-one. Both come down. Paul must rotate as the Conquer ship it hits perfectly. Now it's Slark's turn. Looking for a kill. He doesn't have the leash down yet. He's looking for a better target, and it'll be mid-one. Hold in position. Cole still does some challenge. They got the secondary control back, but here comes Zai. No hook stop. Just double-edge damage, but there's still not enough. Ame has stolen so much essence that he'll actually burn through Zai and X-Nova. Chasing mid-one underneath the tower. The battle hunger will not be enough, however, as Chalice looks towards the other support. He's looking for Yapsop. I say the other 3 position, the Undying minions are chasing him. Chalice has the movement speed, but this is just wasted time. Ame would love to try and find this kill. He needs the money for it, so Yapsop will continue with the disable. But here comes Ame finally with the burn damage. But still Yapsop touches and evades. Come off it! Just run! Get away! The stun! There it is! Yapsop can't escape death like that.
Yeah. The one thing we haven't really touched on, though, is that mid-match. You're going to have Bots finished soon on maybe. He's had a relatively free game. Nisha will be closing in on the Necro book, but certainly favoring the Tinker. A lot of the CS on Nisha is jungle camps.
They're prepping for a gank up on top. Puppey. Boy, on the receiving end of so much. Marsh Machine's going to try and get some cover, but there goes your disruption. Stampede forward, and they do get the hooks on bound, but then the Shackles from FY try and create space for Yapsor. The finger is available in LGD. Losing maybe. FY is also on the run. Zai hooks off while on bottom lane. Mid-one able to get the kill next over. FY playing the tree quite nicely. Gets the mouse left force down. That's a lot of damage. All being focused into Yapsor, but Yapsor outruns it after they already get the kill.
It's just so strange. LGD playing a bit sloppy. They're not making team movements. They're just sort of playing reactive Dota. You've got Tinker and Slark. Bots, Shadowblade are coming up soon. There's no need to make these just risky plays.
The last 2-3 minutes have just been looking at Ame moving between lanes.
Yeah.
Looking for some kind of opening before the Shadowblade is completed. Yes, the movement speed lets him move quickly, but you're right, like, this shouldn't be happening to your Shadowblade, but you TP'd off the bottom lane. Like, where was he going to get the farm
Well,
for
not
this?
to the of Axe and Slark in the same lane. Like, Chalice level 6 when he rotated down here. He just hit level 8. It's been 5 minutes.
Yep. Like, if you got a blink dagger out of it, it'll make more sense.
No one's pressuring the off lane. You have N9 walking up there now, but like, you're matching your supports with your supports. It just doesn't make sense. Keep your axe up top. Protect Ame Slark. Let him accelerate and eventually get up to that critical item.
There will be a change, however. Wow,
He's dead.
there's 2 on top of him! Moving forward, maybe thought he was fine. Shot under the bubble, won't be safe. Maybe actually finds the kill with the edge of the mark machine, but Slark's in so deep with no way out. They know what's up now. The Soul refused aggressively on the outside, disruption there from Puppy, but there's enough life on Slark just to outrun it. He is lucky, Ame, to get away with his life.
I assume maybe he was baiting there, assuming that Ame would like be able to land a kill on Arc Warden. He was right, but he was reharming right on top of that double Spark Wraith.
Yep.
Pops like a pinata.
He just had the BTs delivered as well. Like, it's like, oh, this is your moment to get aggressive, just like we see now. The pounds forward, but it's so far away from Puppy. Nisha will TP in. Ame's on the run, and yep, this stampede. Puppy just runs straight through for any extra damage. But the Kaelin gets something back, but that double start. Yatsel turning it like wanted. Goes for even more for the support. It's arriving from LGD. They TP in the whole enchilada. All flying heroes from LGD come and Secret walk away. Victory is theirs in this conflict.
So I've watched a lot of games with the coach of Secret, Sunbeam, and he's pretty chill when he watches, but his commentary for the last 3-4 minutes is probably something along the lines of, well, that's pretty good for us. That's pretty good for us, too. What's going on here? Why is Slark diving the tower for the second time in 2 minutes? There's an axe that was free farming the bottom lane. They'll have a blink soon, but like this boggles my mind, Toby. Neither of those heroes has a stun. Puppy looks like a super pro by just walking away. You turn around with the Stampede. Great TP support from the Arc Ward to buy just enough time for that excellent stun from Yapzor. A true Lion player. You gotta click around.
Here you go. Aggression into a leash and chasing Zai underneath the tower. This is what they want. Right until mid one of Yapzor. Turn around, get aggressive. Chalice. He wants to dunk on Zai, but Zai is nowhere near the threshold just yet. You X, you Torrent, you both, and everything will almost connect onto Chalice.
In the meantime, FY took bot tower. That's the Tinker bots as well. You actually have this ability to just bring yourself into a fight. They still don't have that Shadow Blade on Slark, and it is working to an extent. They're slowing down Nisha.
Oh, Sentry. X-Nova is just looking for the deep ward at the moment. He obviously won't be able to keep his own Observer Ward up for a little bit longer, but you're right. Like, this is that pushing power that LGD has. The Shadow Shaman wars to create space. The top 3 net worth still belong to LGD. For all these divings, for all these weird shenanigans, where you're just like, I question this a little bit. LGD still hold the lead, and they have a 73 win probability according to Nova Plus. Alright.
It's Tinker Slark. You're not on a clock, so I guess I'll agree with the concept PSG LGD is executing. I'm just not sure about the execution.
It's sending a message to Team Secret. It's like, we are going to be aggressive. You have to stick together. You have to create space. They go for the battle of the roof. The double down the finger. The fire! Woo! Crushing. And Fly dies at the bottom river too.
They had a ward, Toby. They have a ward above and to the right. They had full
they
vision
got
of that.
forward. Charles is locked in the trees. He can call to get a little bit of extra armor, but they will burn through him. This is 4 heroes dying. You know that advantage that we were talking about? It just went to Secret.
And, you know, credit Secret for the way they're playing. This is how you have to utilize their draft. Tons of cheap, low cooldown, low cost abilities. Lockdown, and if you chain them like they just did at that rune, you're going to be able to find kills no problem. And I was talking about how Slark will beat Lion, Tinker beats Lion, but if Yapzor is able to get a drums aid, like look at his net worth. He's 1,000 behind Chalice, who was backlaning for the first 6 minutes of this game. He had a 5-minute Vanguard, and look, they have a ward. They see Yapzor.
Yeah.
They're just tunnel vision. They get torrented. There's a stun, a heck damage. Puppy even was visible, as they do have that ward as well. But mid one's like.
Safe. Okay, so they saw it coming, yet they still couldn't react. They're going to attempt something here, LGD, with a 3-man smoke up. The Blink Dagger is on the axe. He doesn't have Blade Mail yet, but Zai revealing his position next to Creepwave. But look what Team Secret has already. Mid one and Puppy. even if you initiate, you won't get what you're looking for. Nisha starting up his bomb, the hand of Myers is done. 16 minutes in, that's after he got the level 1 Necrobuff as well. This is problematic. The Shadowblade hunting from Arme finds absolutely nothing apart from ability to pressure the bottom lane.
And it's 16 and a half minutes, so he could have had this 12-13 if he just sits bottom lane and tries to accelerate, but he was trying to make space, buying creep waves for his axe, who now has a blink dagger. Sure, it's going to be harder to use it because, to your point, like Nisha, he has Midas, he has Necro, like this is where you want to be on our board, and he picked that up before the Slark got the item required to start hunting him.
You also see the change in momentum coming in from the Slark, which is his item mindset. He had First Saber queued up, he switched to BKB. He's just trying to find now the sustain in the fights. LGD are looking for this kill. They'll get the call over on Nisha. That's the real one with the tombstone down, but Stampede, he walks away. Zygus doesn't look so. That's a perfect. Yapsor thought he was going to be good, but he'll just be dead. The Mouse 7 Wolves will finish the job, and they call him Blade. Give them the extra movement speed because maybe he's in trouble. Initiated on by mid-1 as well as Puppey. They just isolated him, and now the Colts Chalice missed it. He actually didn't connect onto Zion. Looked a good range. The Shackles, that's a long range. Mid-1 underneath the tower. Arme, he's trying to decide who to go on. It will be mid-1 finally. Support here from the Tinker with the laser with the target. Mid-1 does so much life with that hustle. Finally, they'll bring him down. Team Secret being heavily pressured between their mid-towers.
That was huge for LGD because they get the kill on Ame as well. You said he would go for the BKB instead, and I agreed with that decision, but all of a sudden you got this influx of 1,500 gold. Maybe you can go for that next build-up item, look to continue scaling. They take out Nisha. That's huge for the side of Secret, or LGD, sorry. They have to buy back on Tinker, but he's not really the win condition, and he secured those kills along with some tower pressure. I think you're fine with that if you're PSG LGD.
Yeah. They just need to keep that momentum rolling through. They can't afford to keep giving these 3 kills over to Team Secret or these lost team fights. They need the Blade Mail on Axe. We'll have a look at this engagement once again. So they start up, popping off Nisha, but then so quickly out.
FY, like, not giving Yapsor too much time to react. Fake cast the wards on the high ground, fine. I mean, last game we saw him play a Pugna. What does that do? Shove lanes, eventually feed. They give, when you have a superstar 4 position, you give him a playmaker. You let him work for you, and all of a sudden, you've got a roster that can find solo kills and towers. There's a lot of people that could learn from the way PSG LGD drafted right now.
Can't believe that call from Challenge actually didn't connect Max. Well, but mid-1 is toggling. So good, great space created. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough for him.
That's the issue with the Secret draft, right? They need space in fights, and they just need time. Nisha's their real source of damage output, and Tombstone and the Lion's dead. There's no team fight for Secret.
Initiation, bottom lane, Arme's going to jump forward. Yapsor's nearby, they'll start with a Stampede, but X is out from FY. They don't have the Shackles, though. So Tombstone has dropped and Secret walk away, but there's 5 heroes from Secret on bottom at the moment.
Yeah, but you can see how Secret just can't commit through 2. They're trying to find skirmishes, quick pickoffs, chasing for more. And I'll be honest, half their kills LGD just straight up handed to them. But they still have a tough task ahead of them if they want to close out this game.
Okay, they haven't observed one looking at Puppey. this is the bounty runes once again. Puppey will not take the fight, however. The bounty runes will get split.
Bear in mind, the BKB timing on Slark, that's when it's go time. But you still gotta be concerned. You catch a Hex running over a Lonely Sentry, you might just get 100 to 0, no problem.
FY, Torrent is going to connect from mid-1. He's not looking to follow up. FY looked like he was more posturing, trying to just show, oh yeah, I got like 3 heroes in the bottom lane ready to fight you and get some kind of response out of Secret to open up the space like this on top lane. Arme going after Zyd. Puppey's in the neighborhood, a quick pounce away. He's got the distance.
We got Blink up on maybe Tinker as well. They'll finish the Aether Lens in just a few moments, probably his next cycle. There it is.
Well, Arme, you're coming in again. You can pounce down, he'll break free of any abilities, but then double spark rates in front while the bottom lane, it's X-Nova, bottom rune. But Arme is trying to be the big one if they can kill him off. But they can't do it, they can't lock him down.
Yeah.
Not while you've just got maybe spamming rocket after rocket after.
Yeah, and your only real way of effective lockdown is the Yapsor Hex. He was preoccupied making sure that the Undying went down on the bottom rune. And if he's not there, there's no real way for a Shadow Demon Centaur hunt to ever 100 to 0 with Slark. He'll eventually get the Dark backed off.
LGD is doing a really good job of making sure they can get rid of any vision the Team Secret have. That's the other big advantage of Slark. Walked right over the top of that Dire Observer Ward, and he knows. And they're going to remove it. Dire vision is pretty dark for Secret. In fact, not X marks the spot. Mid one's looking for some space. Slark, well, they're going to go on it. The call is out. The X can't bring it back in time. And now LGD with the tombstone down. They run forward. They just dunk. And with the high movement speed, they go from one to the next to the next.
That's the PSG LGD I'm talking about. You find that initial kill, drop the tomb, and boom, you can chase for more, no problem. They have the lockdown this time. They have what has to be an answer to our coordinate if there are any. And now it's the time for them to start stopping the map. Look at the wards they place off of that. Great job by XNova. Look at the two, all the pressure they now have in the enemy jungle.
Towards mid side, and we get the whole stop off. FY just hung around. Chalice looks to go for his own quick jump in. He'll find the Centaur War Runner XNova into the ultimate, but what's he really going to do here? Tinker has arrived once more. The Secret back up behind their tier 2 tower.
Yeah, the cooldowns to watch in this game are the Centaur Stampede and the Undying Tombstone. Those are what give you want LGD. They want to drop Tomb and find a fight around it. Secret, you want a Stampede to counter initiate or most likely use it as a getaway car. Get the hell away from that big rock.
Unless you're looking for the other timing too, which is the Mass Serpent Watch from the Shaman. He had him up and probably was waiting for the rest of LGD to give him that buffer and let the wards take out these towers, reduce the area the Team Secret can play in, and reduce Nisha's farm ability. It may be also the reason why you see the change between Game 1 and Game 2. He went for the BTs as opposed to finishing up the full Mjolnir.
Yeah, this is a game where it's far more, it's about map control, right? You're not this free win lane push that LGD has to overcommit to deal with. They have a Tinker. They don't worry about their lane so much, and you're going to be hunted by this Slark that just picked up a BKB. Ame ready to rock and roll. And look at the vision that they get to play around. A ward just below that hill and above it as well. They're not going to get sentryed most likely, and this is where you want to play if you're PSG LGD.
Team Secret, they almost looked like they were grouping up for a smoke. Yeah, there's Zai. Not too far, the call is there. And maybe we'll try and provide the extra bit of damage underneath the Mars. There's no way they can get closer, but they go with the Mass Serpent Ward. The double's done. They have the finger. It's the same combo. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Use it again and again and again and again.
Just an unfortunate fight timing. Ame was playing the bottom lane. I feel like that's got to be a dead part of the map now for PSG LGD. Let the Tinker deal with it. But if Ame's not there to connect like we saw him do on the Lycan in Game 1, yeah, they lost, but that's the sort of fight you're looking for. Get the tomb down, get the wards down. If there's a Slark coming in from the backside, he's cleaning up the Lion, no problem, and then he's forcing the Arc Warden out of the game. But this is a BKB Slark. He wants to be finding team fights, or at the very least, somebody to start smacking.
He's not even going in for, like there's no movement back to the Echo. He's going directly for a Skadi as the next one. So it's really tanky, big frontliner. Tank through any kind of initial combination the Team Secret try and pop. But that's not your scary Slark. That's not your slap with the Echo Saber. Shift that essence and then just build up the momentum kind of Slark.
Yep.
But as you said, like they're not on the clock. Not like Game 1. They can still buy space. The gold and experience is pretty close. It's within 1,000 on both of it. So no team is ahead. It does feel like this game is a lot harder for LGD than it had to be, though.
For sure. And the timings we're looking at, you're going to have an Ags on Tinker finished up pretty soon. That's incredibly effective against Arc Ward because the laser will split to the clone as well. The concern is once MKB is picked up by Nisha, you fear nothing.
Mid one, he has the Invis room break the smoke. Charles having to get the blink call off. Double sentry to planet and the tombstone's down. Saving Puppy. He's there, but the torrent is not coming. The whole Stampede back out. Not the right time. And now Zai hunting down maybe. Trying to remove this Tinker effect with the back line. And this isolates the Undying. Mid one just walked it off. Toggles it off. Everything off. And now Ame maybe he can get looks towards mid one. Gets the pounds forward. He's setting up the fight at the moment. But where again? Where the BKB is already on cooldown. And now isolated. Trinket. Drain. There goes the kill. Mid one's got a double up. They're not done yet. Charles is isolated on the hill. A double call. No spin will really save Charles here. Unless he can get some space to blink out. And that ain't going to happen either. Yapsol with that range of the stun. So huge. And how does LGD not come out on top of that fight?
Secret is just straight up outplaying PSG LGD right now. Ame, gets the BKB off, misses the pounce because the Stampede came at the right moment. 7-8 seconds as BKB is not being utilized to attacking the heroes, and then Puppey hits him with the Purge that pierces BKB and is uncleansable. He is forced to then pounce away. Zero in just anything in the fight from Ame. He goes back in and gets caught by the stun during his invis.
Yeah.
The Hex on top, and the Glimmer Capes as well from Puppey were critical. You can't take anybody down. You can watch how this fight begins. It's perfect from Chalice. They're going to get the tomb down. It's all good. But what is Ame doing on the backside? Swing and a miss.
I'm running, I'm trying to chase, I'm trying to find a kill, but they don't even get me one out of this. The bubble comes down from Nisha, provides the
And
protection.
there's the Purge, and all of a sudden Ame is completely isolated. He's now going to come back into the fight, but Tinker's got to cycle through. Maybe he's not going to be here for another 4 or 5 seconds. What are you doing, Ame? This is not going to work. And once again, we saw Puppey save himself with the Glimmer. Now he just pops it on mid one. Really well timed by Yapzor to ensure he'd have the Hex up after.
Found the target in towards the mid, but he doesn't get the call off. They'll get the leash, however. Zai locked in for the moment. Yapzor was probably let the stun lined up, and there goes the Stampede. 10. First ship. It'll connect, but there's not enough follow-on damage from Team Secret. They don't want to go down into this just yet. Tombstone's being planted. They'll get the X marks on the Chalice. Mass up rewards. It's a good drop. Mid one, however, saved by the Glimmer Cape. And then Chalice. Double call. Go both Venetians. Hex up very quickly by Yapzor. Follow-up stun. Ame just jumped in. Able to get the control again. But how much damage does he take? He just hits into Nisha. But how long can he stand here? Wants to run away. Pounces out. But the follow-up is still there. Maybe can do a little bit more. But he can't do enough. The rest of his team is dead. Just rockets out any kind of vision. He'll jump away and TP out under the dire observer ward. But LGD, Secret is so low, but they just can't finish the job.
I don't really know how to commentate on this one, Toby.
That's not a good sign.
Secret's doing a great job of kiting, utilizing their short stun cooldowns. Like, the coordination is absurd.
Zai, he was guessing. He was guessing where maybe was.
If PSG LGD are going to win this game, they have to have a much higher degree of execution. They're finding good initiations, but they don't have that same coordination. They're not actually finding kills, and every time that tomb gets dropped, Secret kites away from it. They had the Stampede in that engagement, and then all of a sudden you're still forcing a fight, but your big spells are no longer able to be used. The wards were squandered as well off to the left.
Roshan belongs to Team Secret. In the space that was created, they just go to work. And now the Aegis the Immortal. It is in the hands of the Arc Warden. He is getting well out of control. But at the same time, PSG LGD, they can slow things up. They are running a Tinker. They do have that threat of at least the gank from Swan. So Secret have to stay together, which makes it very difficult to deal with these side lane pushes that maybe he's able to achieve.
Just gonna get harder and harder for them. We saw this in the first game where you'd think LGD would have the easier time doing Roche, but Secret claims the first stages. It's already hard enough to kill Nisha. Now you'll have to do it twice, 3 times if you count the clones.
He's found. Oh, did he? Did he see? He didn't see him. Do you see him now? Do you see him? Do you smell him? Like, no, blind. That's fog in your eye.
It's going to be a Hurricane fight finished by Nisha, just continuing to scale, 3,000 ahead of the game at the moment, but the big concern is the Ame slug, man.
Look at that swing. So, in the course of 15 minutes, you've managed to swing at about 30%.
Predictions can't account for play, Toby.
That's very, very true. How many during the group stage, you're like, you know, this team should actually win. Woo, Zai.
You might find
he's
it.
looking for him, Stampede down into the trees, but Zai begins his own TP out.
Space created.
Yeah, no disable on the Tinker. He's actually gone for more damage. He's gone for the day build. So they are really looking just to try and pop somebody. And this saving grace, the Glimmer Cape from Puppey is saved heroes time and time again.
Theories of the way these teams have to play the team fights. LGD, you need to strike hard and fast, have the tomb, find that first kill, chase down for more. Secret, you're just trying to kite and stall, and eventually you're going to catch someone in a stun combo. They're going to go down. You're also the only team with real save. You've got the disrupt like we saw in the previous fight. You have the Glimmer Cape. They can easily just kite back. Soon you'll have a Stampede that's going to have the added benefit of reducing all damage taken by your team by 40%. I love that decision from Zai.
Size to be ready to jump again blind, and he was right on the money. So maybe blinks a fraction of a second beforehand. Maybe so quick.
And it's so cool. He skips the Crypts in this game because you don't really need it. You'd think that the Undying might be enough, but since wards aren't affected by block mechanics, you just rely on the bubble, which is actually a hard counter to the Rasta wards like we saw in that last engagement.
Speaking of Rasta wards, they're trying to push out the bottom lane with a double catapult wave. So looking for an attempted trade. Slark was able to deny that mid tower. So there's something back, and the catapults, not enough damage to kill off the tier 2. It's within deny range of the bottom lane too.
I just can't believe Zai is as farmed as he is, even with Chalice. 1, 1, and 21. What a stat line.
Not too shabby. Zai is also getting very close to that Aghanim Scepter. Once that's up, like how is LGT even meant to fight? Like their advantage is they can still keep removing vision of Team Secret. The Slark gives them that. Even if Arme's ability, like, because in the team fights, doesn't look he's anything. But at least in the downtime, he's a deep ward machine. And Tinker just has to keep creating the space in the meantime, but then looking everywhere.
It's going to get harder and harder to do that as that game progresses, though. Shadow Demon as well. Not a traditional Tinker counter, but you can find him in the trees with the Shadow Poison. If you land a Disrupt, he's going to go down 100% to one of your friendly stuns as well.
They're sentry warding up at the trees. They want to make sure if this Slark gets aggressive, you can't instantly, they can't instantly get rid of the ward. And Puppy's looking for him too. Like, he's dropped a sentry ward, but he's walking around with the gem.
Oh, they missed the taunt, or sorry, they missed the X on Zai, so he's gonna have to walk all the way back. They were trying to just get him a quick port to base, come back with the Ags, but you can see the head shake, caught sleeping, and that's gonna prevent Secret from looking to pressure further for this tier 2 tower.
Exactly what space that's going to buy. Like, it's helping Arme have time to finish up an S and Y, but he's also going in an S and Y in this third
Yeah, exactly. Does that item even matter at this stage of the game?
Good question. Is it like to try and what? Count of movement speed? Count of what? Like,
No clue.
like I suppose, like, he didn't really want to go Lincolns on him to try and stop that purge from connecting. There's too many things that can help break it, but doesn't feel good. The Team Secret, they want to fight. They have Aghanim Centaur available. 4 Hero is smirked up. Nisha's coming in behind him, but there's no tier 2 tower, so LGD, they don't have to be outside their base.
Look at that item just picked up by Nisha.
Careful how far you want to go out.
Tinker is no longer a way to answer Arc Warden, as both he and his clone will be hitting 75% of their attacks. And I point to that purchase of Ame on the BKB. If he connects for that team fight that he missed, maybe you can understand and identify the purpose, but now it just feels like he's gonna fall off. He's behind mid one, who's just been hunting heroes the entire game.
The Mount Serpent wards are down. Maybe he's trying to toss up if he actually wants to have a crack at mid one. Mid one just tossing ship out. All right. 4-man smoke up from Team Secret for the bottom rune. They were able to find the DD. Those Mount Serpent wards brings the tower low. It's at least some level of harassment from LGD that makes Secret think twice.
It's still a game PSG LGD can win. They have a Tinker, they have a Slark. All it takes is one big axe call, a Rasta Shackles, a good tomb. They have so much lockdown and so many ways to punish potential mistakes from Secret.
FY, get the hell out of there. He's going to blink over him. He doesn't do it. The Hex is out. FY will die. He was able to steal one of the bounty runes. Oh, boy.
What?
Able to get down into the river. Rearm, blink, TB. He's out. He's home.
That's gotta get your heart racing if you're maybe.
Maybe even get chances on racing if he doesn't get out of here too fast. Mid one for the torrent. The blink up will work. He can get the X mark spot. But with Shaman, maybe they feel confident enough to push up. They don't have that Aegis anymore, but they do have a Daedalus on the Conquer. One swing that could hit real hard into LGD. Could cause them some problems.
Look at this, and they're pushing on the catapult wave, something we've talked about a lot. 2 catapults start spawning at 30 minutes. You can utilize them, you force lift, they get half damage on that mid-tier 3. You take that if you're Secret. It's all about chip damage. It's very difficult to close games against a Tinker, but minimize your ability to make mistakes. Keep accelerating.
Oh, we'll get to watch this moment again. Quick blink. That rearm timing to get the blink out between the attack of the Centaur. It's a pretty low cast time, I guess 0.75 seconds to get the rearm.
Oh, hang on, they're invading.
Yeah, Slug's running up. They have a perfect observe ward. No, they don't. I just got dewarded. They have another observe ward up on top of the hill. Zai able to blink up quickly. Goes into Stampede. Chalice jumps forward. He was looking for the call, but he found nothing apart from now. Windows pulled down the BKB protecting him. Massive force from FY. Nice control. Hard quarter in trouble. The LGD. They just focus him. The call is there too. Kunka can't really do much. Zai leashed up forever. That's that plus 3 seconds. He couldn't run away. This one, he's low. X-Nova as well, but they get their kills. Team Secret.
Yeah.
They have 2 heroes without buyback. That's why Chalice is hunting for even more. They want to open up Team Secret.
That is the Tinker Undying factor. You don't need a ward on the high ground. You could see X-Nova just waddle over. He puts the tomb down, 5 heroes getting hit by zombies. That means 5 heroes getting hit by rockets, by lasers, tons of vision, and all of a sudden you can't fight anymore. A huge taunt from Chalice.
Chalice.
Team fight over.
Oh, they'll see Shadow Demon. The Hex from Yapsor was the only thing to save Puppydom, but FY wants to go for his own Hex. Turns into Yapsor. The call is out. The Lion is controlled and brought down now 3 heroes from Team Secret who do not have buyback available. They're going to push the issue here. PSG, LGD have come in and Puppy, one laser. He gets hit so hard, goes in for a disruption. Lee tries to make a couple of copies of the slide to turn things around, but would you believe it? LGD are looking to try and take this mid-rack. Zai ready for another jump in. Stampede's available without the Arc Warden. They probably don't feel like they can defend this. Puppy needs to make more clones. Zai will need to create a little bit of space. The jump wasn't there from the Axe, however, but they tombstone it. It's already back up for LGD, and they just keep beating into the melee rack. 1 second to Kunka, 4 till the Arc Warden. Can they defend? They've got so many marshals away, but now the call, the control is problematic for Midone. They bring him, no, it's X-Nova, the one to go down. Hame will run away, they double bubble the melee racks. And they do not find the kill, the timing of those abilities.
That was great heads-up play by Midone. He X's himself back to base before TPing and gets the BKB off so that he can't be bursted down, but tanks the damage that would have killed his racks. Really, really well played by the second player to hit 10k MMR, and obviously a Malaysian player. The crowd certainly behind him.
Yeah, it's those beautiful plays that actually gets everyone to love you. And Team C, that is one hell of a hold. 3 heroes who were dead for so long, but it also exposed the weakness of PSG LGD, right? Like, yes, you're swinging this advantage back up. The net was kicking up. The win probability, this is like a swing set right now. Like, we're not going to stay on one side or the other, but the fact that they just can't beat down the racks.
Well, to an extent, but they also didn't have cooldowns at the time. Tried to kill Midone and got this close. It demonstrates, though, how much easier it is for PSG LGD to win fights, though. Secret thus far has been playing so much better, but will it continue?
FY, the smoke breaks. They want to pop the tombstone. Observe Ward gives the extra information. FY able to get the Hex, but then they jump over, finding the real target, but then they get the saving grace from Puppy. He goes up the hill. The Stampede can't get Midone away. Again, the leash holds in position. Charles doesn't have a life to fight with, as Midone is still there. Zai finally brought down, and they charge forward. PSG LGD runs over Kunka. Midone, leash, stun, control, the stun from Yapsor, and the issue is out the back. I'll bring them down. Misha has a triple kill. LGD just cannot reach the damage of Secret.
Any other team would crumble there, Toby, but somehow Secret managed to turn that into a miraculous 4v1, or 4-1. I cannot believe they managed to execute that.
It took so long to bring down Zai. Midone was on solo life, but it was that early damage as well. Chalice just couldn't be involved. But watch Puppy and Yapsor, they're the ones that made this work.
And look at Puppy, like, utilizing that center X to get the positioning, then right back down the hill. A great bubble. Nisha's got his clone on the high ground, just continuing to pound in auto attacks. The tomb and the ward, but look at Secret. They kite away and then look to turn. Their stuns get spammed out, and all of a sudden, somehow, they win the fight.
Yeah.
And that's smoke. They have a DDR for it. This is an immediate Roche. Tinker's dead for 101 seconds.
Well, immediate Roche is a little slow Roche. But with the double damage through, Nisha will still finish the job. Yeah, Yapsor was just watching. He had to regenerate with his tranquils. Waylord, LGD are on the ropes. That swing hits so hard the way of Team Secret. It's all coming back their way. The gold is good. The XP is even better. And now they come down the mid. Kill off the Arc Warden Clone with the X mark. Torrent thrown back. Chip's coming down. Charles is in trouble. Never even burned his BKB. Buyback's available. X-Nova's got the super trying to help him. Shackle out. Here comes your buyback. The pound forward.